Hi, welcome back to the vlog. Here once again with another new hairstyle, the right hand parting, very American, and Paul Tuttle Senior, I believe, or maybe Hulk Hogan, depending on how you look at it. So let's dive back into another quote from Breaking the Tranquillity of Solitude. I've got something that's a little bit further on than last week's, so hopefully if you like that, this will sort of follow on from it, where Brody's been launched back into another reality and he's now himself as an 11-year-old child. So let me find my place and we'll get to it. He calls it Naturom Demonto, or Necronomicon ex mortis, and I believe he can use it to destroy all the other phases of natural reality in preference to where he chooses to finally settle. Brody hardly paused for breath, wanting to get out as much as possible before being stopped by his understandably sceptical but currently only ally. You see, I, in the future that is, have helped to develop phasic transportation, and somehow we met in an accidentally created phase where he was trapped and now I'm trapped and... oh shit. Forget it. It's ridiculous. The more I listen to myself, the more I'm convinced that I'm just dreaming it all. Just give me a freaking detention for wasting your time and I'll go home. I don't appreciate the language, but okay, let me cogitate this a little. So you believe that this is true, but you think that I won't believe you, right? He didn't wait for Brody to respond. And you think the new Mr. Zirar is your man, come back to hunt you down like Kyle Reese? Yeah, I guess so. That's about the size of it. Sorry. Brody was embarrassed, averted eye contact and stared at his shoes, just like an apologetic student might do. So, sorry about the mistakes in the reading again. I can't read my own script. So this is where we're at, and he's met up with his old school professor, who is who I've named as Garth Morris Barnhart. There's many reasons for that name, one of which is an old school friend of mine whose name is very similar to that, and Professor Barnhart was actually a famous character from the old film The Day the Earth Stood Still. So if you ever watched any of the versions of that, you'll find that that's the reason I use that name. But yeah, he's back in his 11-year-old body and he's now trying desperately to explain the unexplainable. But his professor actually does believe him. I haven't gone far enough to get further into that, but there is a very good reason why he believes him. And for that, you're going to have to go to www.edjpublishing.com, have a read through the blogs and vlogs, and maybe purchase part 1 and part 2, and then leave me a review as to what you think happens with all this lot. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll try a different hairstyle and maybe some different facial hair next week, and we'll do a little bit more. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.